Okay, in today's edition of I'm torturing myself with DBD, I guess, uh, I thought it would be interesting to try and highlight just how painful Skull Merchant is today. So the idea is that I'm only allowed to get downs, or at least injuries. I'll go over it a little bit, but I can only get downs or injuries via drones with an asterisk. So I'm not allowed to just raw M1 any survivor that runs directly into me. I need to get 3 scans on a survivor. Now, the one caveat is that if a survivor crouches, then they become literally invincible because good design behavior. So to navigate that, there's the asterisk of if a survivor literally crouches and makes himself invincible, I'm allowed to M1, and we count that as still being part of a drone down. Since drones are there just to slow down survivors, getting the actual injury to down is going to be separate from the first initial hit, which is the main thing that I'm trying to test. And the idea is to see how often it is that using your power as Skull Merchant is detrimental to you rather than beneficial. I think it's going to be depressing. I am going to be spending a lot of time trying to get hits and far more time trying to get scans than I am going to be getting hits that I wouldn't have gotten with just a basic M1. The whole everything that Skull Merchant is just doesn't lend well to actually using her power in an effective way anymore. But I mean, I say who knows, I could be surprised. I won't be. I haven't played very much Skull Merchant since they just gutted her so horribly. The last time I played her, I was doing an experiment to see, how often people DC and are toxic, even against current Skull Merchant, and it was like 70% of my games. And I was like, shit, I'm not going to play the weakest character in the game that has just like none of the traits that I liked about her in the past. None of the trapping play style is just gone. I was not going to play the weakest character and still have all of that. Not getting to play the game with people DC and toxicity. So I'm very out of practice in all of the Skull Merchant things because I haven't played her. And that's definitely not going to help, but principally speaking, I think the main issue is always going to be the power. And since I'm essentially knowingly throwing my matches, I figured why not throw it into Chaos Shuffle? I mean, fuck it, right? Like truly a full on none of this matters. 0 effort actively trying to lose the game basically by using my power. Yeah, I don't know. The more it's really extra sad because there are still apparently currently freaking nerfing Skull Merchant by removing spots for her to place drones. Like there was a drone on the table for Dead Dog that they removed. Like it's so mean-spirited. I don't get it. Scanline immunities matters. What else of this would be? Maybe 10% rotation speed would be a little bit helpful. Those are the only 2 things that really help you to get scans. Everything else is what happens after you've gotten a scan. I understand that I could do it where I have to get like 3 scans on an injured survivor and, use the drone to do that, but I think the presence of the drone, the reason I'm not also doing I have to get a claw trap on an injured survivor is just because that's so blatantly impractical. It's like playing Legion and trying to get exclusively downs with this power. it's clearly not the ways meant to be played from, you know, top to bottom. You're supposed to get injuries and then you down normally. But because I want to sort of emphasize, you know, how much her power affects a chase, I'm going to be trying to do chases with healthy survivors. That way there are more chases where the drone matters, rather than me just, you know, doing basic injury things. And since, again, what I'm mainly trying to test is her power in chase, and whatever extremely small amount of trapping power there is not really left anymore. Combined with the fact that it's Chaos Shuffle, so I'll never get any good perks for Jhin slowdown anyway, I'm basically just going to ignore Jins and exclusively be doing chases. Nothing here. I'm guessing they spawn in that corner then? No, I've crossed the entire map and I found nobody. Maybe they spawned in the temple? No, somebody disarmed my drone. Oh, they were over here. Oh, okay. There is... Okay, one scan. I think that's 2 scans. Come on. I have to wait for my power. Or make a mistake, make a mistake, make a mistake. No. That was kind of bad. Nope. Well, you'll never believe it, but trying to use my power is in fact a terrible idea. And I fucked up the double tap. I mean, I was literally just like behind her, looking at her for genuinely what felt like an eternity. I was behind her for like 30 straight seconds. I'd rather go for the unhooker than the or Dwight. Or is this Ace? It doesn't matter. Alright, one scan. Okay, well, he has countered my power completely and totally. Is this... Who disabled this drone? I probably could have and should have downed him there. What the fuck? Oh, he dropped. Whatever. Let me try and find somebody. Drone? Well, oh, scan on the Laura. This is in the back, but if she walks in... No. I need to take this out and put one in the center. Alright, there's another scan. Alright. Actually good value, except for the fact that I was right behind her for a really long period of time, and she definitely did not need to get scanned before the injury. She tried to double back, but... What? That Scorch Hook. I mean, batteries... Honestly, batteries and the other one aren't bad perks. I have... Oh, I'm extremely fast right now. This is the ace that will crouch under a drone and essentially give me 0 power. I have one scan on him already. Well, if he had... Well, I don't know. Why did he not play around the drone? He played around it earlier. Why didn't he do it this time? That's the other half of Skull Immersion that makes me so angry. Is that it's just like when I do something good and cool, it's more a skill issue on the survivor's part than me doing something well. He knows not to do that, and he still decided to. Hello, Laura. It's probably better for me to place it, like, here. Oh, I'm out of drones. Cool. Alright. This is beyond awkward. Give me that one. And one here. Okay. Now I've friggin' putting down all. Oh my god! And there's still areas where she can just go that I just don't have any drones for. All right. I am surprised I didn't get a scan there. One. Maybe with this one? No. I think I actually got a second scan there. This is a little bit crazy. And she completely turned off my power, of course. It's way harder to recall drones sometimes, I swear. It's probably scans her for the lock. Convince her to vault. I just mean, like, when I'm using my drone, I'm just like, I'm immediately behind them, just looking at them, staring at them. And I'm just like, please, don't press the control button. You just turn me completely off. I have nothing if you just press control. Or nothing. Just take your hands off the frickin' keyboard, good lord. And I have zero counterplay. That one. Okay. Scan. Scan. No scan. Scan. I think I fucked that one up. There's no way. I just, what the fuck do I do here, man? I have so few drones that taking away drones creates areas where she can go. God fucking damn it, man. This shit is so ass. Did she crouch under that one? Did she actually, like, do full-on proper counterplay? Where in the middle of chase she stopped to become completely immune. I think she did. You should totally give me basement right here instead of shack. I deserve this. I mean, to be fair, even without basement, this is basically a basement hook. Turn that off because, you know, what am I supposed to do? Put a drone here, and a drone... I have 3 drones. I swear, it keeps showing 1 drone. And a drone here. Once the cooldown finally comes off, maybe put one up top. I don't think I can put one close to hook. Oh, I can. Interesting. Oh, yep, 0 power. Cool game. And put another one here. I have 5 of my drones all around this hook, and I still don't have a power. Is that... what? Fuck me. Oh yeah, this Lori... she fucking had it. She properly crouched into everything, and then she was like, nah, what if I didn't play properly? Also, they had renewal. I'm gonna force them all out so I can maybe have a chance. I pick you, Ace. There. You won't be able to get enough people up for a proper save if I do that. Have I hooked you? Am I about to eat Deliverance? I have hooked you. So what, like, there were 3 occasions where my power did something, and every time it was because survivors fucked up. I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck? Actually pain. I can't believe I did that well. Like, I got like 6 hooks before... Despite that, despite not... I don't get it. I don't understand. Despite basically doing everything improperly and spending like 20 to 30 extra seconds in chase for just no reason. I don't get it. Yeah, I mean that... I was a pretty perfect game of showing just like how rough Skull Merchant is. And how it just like sometimes it just doesn't matter. Like they knew the counterplay. They fucked it up consistently. Like multiple times where they would crouch and then uncrouch into the beam. And then that is like the most frustrating kind of result, where I barely got 1 kill despite like some very serious and continual survivor mistakes. Like I played supremely horribly, and I spread what, 2 on Sable, 2 on Laura. I don't think I touched the 8N. 2 on Ace, but really only 1 on Ace. So I got 6 hooks and a kill, despite the impressive amount of throwing I was participating in all game. I wonder if... I would say I wonder if somebody was following me around with a flashlight and they just never got an opportunity, but I don't think any of them had a flashlight. I feel like the gens should have popped like 2 minutes earlier than they did with how much time I gave them to have 3 people on a gen at all times. It's just so stupid. I'm just spending so much time behind them. Because I mean, every single... did I do 2 double taps? I think I did 2 double taps, which should never happen. It should be impossible to get a double tap with Skull Merchant. That should never happen. If practically speaking, it should be impossible to get a health state with a claw trap with Skull Merchant. Like all you have to do is press the control button. That I think, oddly enough, the Sable, who I'm not sure if she crouched at any point, had some of the better counterplay by simply running to zones where I just didn't have fucking drones, so I kept having to put them behind her. It sort of like really exemplified the strengths that Clown has compared to Skull Merchant. Where Clown can throw a bottle in front of survivors to cut them off. I understand I was literally behind them, not injuring them, but like, principally speaking, it still shows off that Clown can cut off survivors with bottles by putting stuff in front of them. Whereas that Sable walked away from areas where my drones were, and I just couldn't do anything. Spent like 40 seconds picking up and dropping drones trying to get her, and she was like, oh, this area doesn't have any drones, because that's not even like a big map. It's like a medium to small, maybe even map. I was kind of fucking up. I kept thinking that I only had 1 drone in reserve when I actually had 3. I don't know if I was just like misreading that. I swear I looked down and it would say 1, and then when my power refreshed, it would say 3. I don't know if I'm just completely stupid or if that was something that was actually happening, like her UI is bugged. It is DBD, so you know, it's definitely possible. No. Disabled straight. It's not great. Battery life of claw traps is so unnecessary. It's already like 30, 40 seconds? How long is it? That's useless. That's useless. Blindness. Actually? No, it's probably those 2 add-ons. It is... It feels like I'm playing a meme add-on. By trying to use her power as much as possible, I feel like I'm running fucking Never Sleep Pills or something. Or Padded Jaw Trapper. I just... Because the trapping playstyle just doesn't exist with her. I mean, mostly. The thing that you can do is mid-chase... Like, I guess, in the way that Hag can corral people towards her trap mid-chase, you can do the same thing with Skull Merchant. And that isn't a vital part of both of their kits. But that should never be the primary power of a trapping killer, is mid-chase trying to convince people to run into your traps. Nobody down here. Or at least not there. I have no idea where the spawns are on this map, I'll be honest. Well, nobody spawned down here. Okay. There we go. And she walks away from the drone. I have to wait like 40 seconds for my drone to friggin' work again. Just walks away from the drone. Okay. I didn't even participate in the scan, she just kind of gave it to me. I fucked up that drone's rotation. It literally would have gotten her on its own. No pre-drop here. Scan. Convince her to go that way. And she leaves the tile. Who's the person that got scanned for no reason? You're on the same level of me. There you are. Okay. There's 2 scans. Do you think Sable understands the counterplay of not participating with my power? She does not. She just gave me a hit. Just press control, Sable. It's oh, bugged drone. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the idea isn't to down with the drone, but that I get an injury with the drone and then down with M1. The point is that I'm trying to make sure a drone does something. I mean, her counterplay is very similar to like a bunch of killers. You crouch around Huntress, or to dodge Huntress hatches. Is that what they look like in their disabled states now? Or is that bugged? I swear they're supposed to come back up normally. This is Hattie? This is Hattie. Did I really not get a... I don't think I got a scan on her despite spending like 40 seconds chasing her and trying to get a scan. Rotate the other way. Oh, this is Fung, not Hattie. Oh, I thought it was Hattie because it's the same kind of cosmetic. How? 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 Somebody tell me how I'm supposed to take people seriously when they complain about Skull Merchant when this has happened in both of the games. Somebody tell me. I don't get it. This Fung knew all she had to do was sit still. And she fucked it up. Somebody explain to me how that happened. I wanted to block off the window. I'm trying not to M1 then, it's cheating. I just okay, this Hattie knows how to play. Yep. I mean, fuck me. They hold still, they press the control button, no power. Power's gone. Oh. There's another scan. There we go. It's not even enough to make the medium vault. I mean, I know that, but it's still aggravating. I feel like it should force them into a medium vault. That was a weird-ass hit. I just... Skull Merchant is so fucking stupid. Why does anything work? Nothing should ever work. This Hattie, I think they played properly. The rest of it was just normal M1 fuckery. Go the other way. God, oh, why does fast vaulting make you immune? It's so stupid. Why did they do this to her? It was completely unnecessary. It's evil. It's evil and it was mean-spirited. Okay, go the other way. Get her, get her, get her, get her. Oh, come on, that was so close. That down would have fucked so hard. I mean, I guess I can throw her in basement, but I don't really care. It takes too long. Yeah, it's just... I don't know, man. Everything about Skull Merchant makes me sad. She's invincible. No, she fucked it up. How did you fuck this up? That was a bad drone. Alright, well, leave that one. Where are we? Sable? I don't really want the injured party. Why is there... Oh, you have a no mither. Well, you're injured, so we're not counting. One of this nerf was to encourage active drone usage. Yeah. Except I don't think the point of this nerf was to encourage active drone usage. I think it was just to get rid of Skull Merchant. I don't think there was anything beyond that. Okay. Oh, she fucking faked me out. That was clever. Okay. Wait, why did it... Okay. I'm going to... You're injured and you're still avoiding drones to your own detriment. There's practically no way to defend this with the Jin split as they are. Oh, there's a fucking Sable here. I tried to kick that Jin. It didn't quite accept my kick. I don't really care that much with the whole... Just press the control button. People. I swear to you, all you have to do is press the control button. It really is that easy. I'm sorry, I got like a raw kill, like a full-on 3-person or a 3-hook kill without even tunneling. What? I need you. Give me you. I'm chasing the rest of you out. I didn't know how many scans she had. It was possible. How did I actually get 2 kills? I don't understand. I don't get it. Playing Skull Merchant makes me feel so frustrated because it makes me feel like the input that I have matters so impressively little. Like, playing Skull Merchant makes me feel worse about other killers because she's so weak that the fact that I ever get kills on her means that, like, a percentage of kill... Like when I play fucking Twins or something, which is, like, 30,000 times stronger than Twins, it makes me feel like my skill doesn't matter on them because I could have just... I would have gotten those kills. I would have won no matter what. Like, that's how sad Skull Merchant makes me. She is so weak that she makes me feel like I may in fact be incompetent at every single killer on the roster, but because people don't know how to play against them, I'll never know. There's no other killer... Well, no, that's... I mean, Trapper also to an extent. But at least Trapper, I can pinpoint it. With Trapper, it's like, okay, people never think about basement. And so, like, half your matches you win as Trapper is because somebody just walked up to Shaq and thinks, Shaq's a strong tile. And, if basement happens, then I'm not thinking about that. With Skull Merchant, it's like, fundamentally doesn't understand the power. Instead of needing to, like, oh, you have an issue with macro gameplay, that's you go towards basement against Trapper, which is his only win con. It's like, how many of my matches does somebody not know that EMPs do something against Singularity? How many of my matches does somebody not know that they can run into Remnant to make it go away as Dredge? How many matches does somebody not know that tapes are a thing as Sadako? Because I play fucking Skull Merchant in this, and then people don't understand the counterplay. They don't just crouch. They just... I don't get it. It's been her counterplay for like 2 years, right? The remake, her two beam rework was fucking 7.3.0, which was when was that released? October 2023. So it's very nearly 2 years. In like what, 2-3 months? It'll have been 2 years. It's been 2 fucking years. And people and it's not there are people that don't know. Which I think these last 2 matches I've actually had people who do know. They just are really bad at execution. And I'm willing to chalk that up to like they don't play against Skull Merchant. That's unfortunate. But there's also like half of the people don't know. Like that Sable, I'm not sure if she crouched once. And the match before I had a Sable which I also don't think crouched once. If half of my lobbies, like, people don't understand the fundamentals of power, of a power, it means every single game is winnable if you just go after the people who don't know how to play the game, and they will always be there. And that makes me so indescribably sad. I mean, it's another thing that I think shows up with Hag is that people don't know to wipe away her traps. It's a little bit better now that wiping away is a thing. In the past, you needed to actually trigger her traps to get rid of him. That was the main part of her counterplay that was like 1 in 30 matches anybody would think about. Now that it's specifically explicitly part of her kit with wiping away, it's more common. It's still not as common as it needs to be. I think people should understand a little bit more that they need to be harassing Hag. It doesn't happen enough. But then it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It makes me... As a whole, One Beam Skull Merchant just makes me sad. On like every single level. Because it's... I mean, okay, if I'm gonna, like, treat every single killer as Skull Merchant, as, like, what would I think that survivors don't understand the counterplay of that isn't as obvious. Because with Skull Merchant, it's extremely obvious when people don't understand counterplay. You see it right in front of your eyes when somebody doesn't crouch. Whereas against, like, I don't know, Billy, somebody who doesn't understand, like, the curve arc around a tile is not nearly as obvious as somebody who doesn't know how to crouch. And that's still a fundamental counterplay for Billy, if you don't understand that he can curve around things. But it's so much more difficult for you to pick out somebody who doesn't understand that and somebody who does and makes a mistake, or somebody who does and you use your power correctly. Similarly with, like, Oni and flicking 180 degrees. Maybe somebody held a corner wrong because they didn't understand that you could flick that far. Or maybe they held it wrong because, you know, they just made a mistake that you mind game them in. It's almost impossible to know for so many killers. And it makes me genuinely so curious if you were to ask, like, the average survivor, how many of them understand basic counterplay for each killer? Because I have to wonder. I have to wonder. There's, like, what? 4 different areas of skill as a survivor? You have macro, which is taking the killer away from your teammates, knowing which gens to do first, knowing when you're creating a dead zone and how to not create a dead zone, and yada yada yada. You have I said 4 different areas, and I'm trying to think of what the other 3 would be other than just chase. They almost all combine. There's how to play against, I guess, a basic M1 killer, the normal looping, and then let's say 3 instead of 4, because I really can't think of a 4th one. I don't know why I said that, but and then you have the 3rd part, which is how to play against a power. And I feel like the average survivor is really quite good at how to play against a basic M1 killer. And then the average survivor is good at maybe like a quarter to a third of the DBD cast when it comes to how to play against a power. I don't. It's kind of difficult to know how good survivors are at creating a macro, given that the better your macro is as a killer, the more you force survivors to make bad macro decisions. Because, like, it's bad macro if survivors create a 3-gen, but if you're actively trying to create a 3-gen like you should be, then how much of that is because they don't understand they shouldn't do it, or they don't understand, or you properly did your job in creating one, you know? This entire stream is just going to be me complaining about Skull Merchant, which I kind of knew, I kind of expected, but still. Oh, Colrophobia on a stealth killer. Yeesh. Colrophobia and the fucking pinhead perk. That's extremely fucked up. Hi, Geralt. Is this a 4-lane or a... Kind of? It's a weird 4-lane. Okay, 1 scan. I need my drone to come off cooldown. He literally vaulted into me. Drone. I don't know how I scanned him. He's hiding in a corner. I mean, there you go. He just did not engage in the counterplay. It's simple. Like, the counterplay is simple. I should probably put a drone on main. Like, right here-ish. Oh my god, really? Are we so actually completely for real now? No, he walked in the other direction and my drone doesn't do anything when they do that. She... I guess I should be grateful that it took this long for a DC. It's still beyond aggravating, but... There's a scan. Completely avoidable scan that he chose not to do. Another scan that was pretty much completely avoidable. I fucked up that scan. I should have gotten the scan right there. And there it is. Another completely avoidable... Another completely avoidable scan. So that's 2 players in this match that don't know how Skull Merchant works. I mean, generally, I feel pretty similarly. The issue I have with solo queue has to do with teammates rather than anything the killer does. Do bots know how to... That is a good question. Do bots know how to counter Skull Merchant? I believe they do. I'm pretty sure the few times I've played against bots as Scully, they've pressed the control button. The issue is that they don't know how to counter M1 killers, so it almost doesn't matter. Ah, well, he went away from the drone, so he's already doing a pretty stellar job. Run into that one, run into this one, run into Buddy. Alright, 1 scan. I guess we throw another drone down. 2 scans. No, not... Honestly, I would not be able to tell you if this Geralt was a bot or not. That he played almost the exact same as the actual Geralt player. The only difference is he didn't corner himself in the very far back corner. I genuinely thought the bot was going to crouch. I swear I've seen bots crouch under scan lines. Maybe it's only if I'm not directly threatening them as an M1 killer. Don't touch my drone. I fucked that scan up a little bit. There we go. How? You are camping a pallet. How does that scan occur? How? You basically stood still at a pallet for 20 seconds, or for 10 seconds, whatever, and you got scanned 3 times. You didn't have to do anything other than stand still, and you still got scanned 3 times. Your only job was to stand still, and you still got scanned 3 times, and you're giving up. Or at least not wiggling. I have a feeling you're about to go next. There's 2 gens left. Despite the impressive lack of Skull Merchant countering knowledge, I mean, no gen perks is pretty goddamn bad. There's 1 scan. Yep, DC and gave up. That's not really the drone I wanted, but it's the drone we'll get. That wasn't a freaking scan? Goddamn. There's 2 scans. Give me that one, I guess. And then they're going edge map for some reason. Really? That... Yeah. I just... How? How do I how am I supposed to feel good about playing any killer when this can happen so frequently? Geralt bot. I guess we'll give him another chance to show off that he's capable of playing the video game. I don't know. And 1 scan. Well, not going to be able to scan a second time. Bait him back into 3 scans. When did the second scan even happen? Yeah, no, this Geralt pretty much played how everybody else played. That was almost a jump scare of a grab. I have no idea how that was a grab. It's inexplicable. Well, Steven bot. I'm trying to convince him to go back towards the other drone. It is really difficult to get the perfect double tap. I just... How am I about to win this game? Somebody, anybody tell me. There's no world... Okay, I don't think Zarina has gotten a chance to show her stuff. Frankly, I think she should have gotten scanned there, but Skull Merchant was too strong, so dropping pallets is not allowed to count for a scan. There's one scan. No, she knows to not walk. Yep. She knows. That she just was like, nah, what if I just didn't walk into the drones and turned your power off? That was just M1 things. Nostromo has very good tiles for M1 killers. For the most part. It just... It's just not right. It's just not right. There's no way that I had 2 people DC and 3/4 of the survivors just did not understand that Skull Merchant has counterplay. It just... And I don't even know if Zarina knows that she can crouch. She just knew not to walk into the big danger zones that Skull Merchant shows. As it's quite possible she just thinks of them as like very big hag traps and doesn't understand the crouching. Actually, you have to crouch against hag too, so honestly, like, a quarter of the cast incorporates crouching into their counterplay. With basically every projectile killer except Unknown, having crouching is a very important part of dodging. Hello, Blood. Did you go this way or that way? This way. She ran into me? Crazy. Okay, so she went towards Nostromo's shack. Which, to be fair, that's where I usually expect the the hatch to spawn. Try and cut her off, I guess. It's so fucking stupid. It's so stupid. Can I just, like, ask behavior to make it so that every time you load into a Skull Merchant match, it just says, like, you can turn off her power by pressing the control button. I genuinely think Skull Merchant kill rate would go down by like 20 to 30% if every single time they just made like the entire screen, instead of being the tiny tooltip at the bottom, they made it like literally the center of the screen in like 300 size font and just said press control to turn off the Skull Merchant's power. I genuinely think she would have like a 30% kill rate if they did that. So I think I'm averaging what? I think 2 people in the previous 2 matches, 2 people understood counterplay. At least one person didn't, and I think one person didn't have the chance to show whether they had counterplay. This last match, maybe I should just make like a sheet of how many people understand counterplay against Skull Merchant versus how many don't. And we'll be a little bit generous with what we mean by understanding counterplay, given that we had people who crouched but then stood back up. We'll still count that because they understood that crouching does something. Oh, don't tell me that there are people that don't understand pig traps. I don't wanna hear that. I'll actually cry. Okay, so we have 5 understands versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 don't understands so far. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people 99 gens against Pig, and even if they don't, that doesn't necessarily mean they don't understand the counterplay. It may just means that they're doing like the mathematics of maybe they think it's more beneficial to not do it. It's very rare where people just like don't search. See, that's another one of those things where it's like, do people pop gens because they don't understand Pig counterplay, or do people pop gens because they just think that's the better thing to do? It's another one of those things where there's levels of obfuscation, where you can't be certain that they don't understand counterplay, or that they're just, versus them just making a bad decision while understanding other potential options, you know? So Trapper makes it obvious when people don't understand his counterplay. Wraith, I would say the main thing that people don't do is vaulting back and forth on a pallet when he's cloaked. That's far too common. I think that should happen every single time he's cloaked, is people vault back and forth to prolong a pallet. That happens pretty commonly, so I would say you can understand when somebody doesn't understand Wraith's counterplay. At least that specific aspect. Billy, I don't think there's any way to know whether somebody understands counterplay. Nurse, it's like 50-50. Nurse is a lot about it's difficult to execute the counterplay. The main thing is like, do they walk out in the open? Do they go against, like, do they maybe try and rock tech you? Do they double back on occasion, but not every time? Nurse is a little bit in the middle where you can tell when somebody definitely understands counterplay, but it's a little bit difficult to tell whether somebody doesn't understand their counterplay or they just are not good at executing it. I've seen people think each trap has a specific box assigned. Well, that's because of how it used to be. And that doesn't really affect how you play versus Pig. I kind of, honestly, I care a little bit more about, like, whether people are playing incorrectly versus whether... Oh, wait, do you mean, like, if one person searches this box and gets it off there, then nobody else needs to search that box? I guess that's how it could affect it. Is that what you mean? I could understand how that does make them play poorly, if that's what you mean. Yeah, each trap has a specific box assigned, so if they have different boxes, if you keep track of total attempts, you can figure out her add-ons or know how many attempts you have left. If you keep track of total attempts and figure out her add-ons, know how many attempts you have left. I mean, yes, but man, that's like, it's so rare for that to like really impact gameplay, I feel. Like, yeah, if you get like 13 attempts with the first half of add-ons, or the first half of traps, then you'll know she has an extra trap because there's only supposed to be 12 assigned, I believe. Or I guess if you get 12 search attempts, then you'll know the last one, there'll be an extra one. But you could also do that based off of like how quickly she sets this trap, because she sets them faster if she has extra hats. Both of those, I believe, have the 30% and 50% faster head trap setting speed. Please don't be... Okay, it's Swamp, which I do hate. I do have a passionate hatred for Swamp, but it's at least not the worst version of Swamp. It's just like the bad Swamp map, not the one that makes me want to tear my hair out version of Swamp. They walked into me. Well, oh well, I guess they got away with it. Okay, here we go. Where are you? Victorio. There's a scan that should not have happened. I lost track of his... Is that it? How? How? Somebody tell me how. How did that happen? How did I get 3 scans? I was nowhere near him. I wasn't pressuring him. There's no way I should ever have gotten 3 scans like that. There's no goddamn way. I was on the opposite side of the frickin' loop. Holy shit, this is actually an insane build. It's a shame that I'm not really going to use it because I'm trying to throw the game for scan lines. This is a cracked ass fucking build. What the hell? Here we go. Set it here. It takes so long for her friggin' drones, why do you take forever to reset? Oh, they crouched. Oh, they understand counterplay. Okay, cool. That means I'm allowed to hit her once. Okay, we have 1 and 1. One person who does... Oh, wow, they really understand her counterplay. I like you, Astri. I'm a big fan. I can relate to you a lot. Understanding how to play against a power, but then having a little bit of trouble against a normal M1 killer. I like you, Astri. I'm a big fan. Well, I explained at the start of stream, but there's an asterisk where if a survivor understands how to play against drones, then they effectively can make it impossible for me to get a trap. So if they crouch properly under a drone and force me to M1 them, then that counts as me frickin'... I don't have to trap them because it will be literally impossible. But otherwise, I have to drone them. There's one. What? Why did you start? How did you suddenly learn the counterplay today? Are you in a freaking voice call with Astri and she was like, oh, this is what you're supposed to be doing? Okay, drop the thing. I'm gonna have to get rid of that drone in order to put down a better drone. But this will cover this whole... Are you so okay, well... He learned the counterplay suddenly. He didn't get it last time, but now he does. That's... Okay, this Astri knows the counterplay. Yeah. This Victoria like half knows the counterplay, not fully. That's another scan. It's not even enough to get before the window vault, I mean. I should probably be paying a little bit more attention. I'm basically completely thinking about chase to such a point where I'm just like, if somebody flashlights me, whatever. Let's see if these other people know how to play against Skull Merchant. Well, that doesn't give me a lot of hope, given that I was nowhere near them, so there's no way that should have been a scan. That one definitely shouldn't have been a scan. And I would M1 them here, except, oh dear. Yeah, man. Skull Merchant. Okay, that's 3 people that understand how to play against Skull Merchant. Well, 2.5. We'll count Victoria as a half mark, because he only kind of sort of did. I mean, like, how was that not a scan, you know? Like, they so clearly were moving. I don't understand why they made it so that that does not count as a scan. It was extremely mean-spirited. Well, I wanted her to panic. Yeah. If it's so crazy. If you just understand how to play, I literally just gave them the flashlights. I don't care. Wow, that's embarrassing, A3. I'm sorry. I respected you a lot in that first chase, but oh wow, how did you mess up a flashy save in current DVD? That's crazy. Elodie? Oh, you okay? Where is that Elodie? Okay. Okay, I don't think Elodie understands counterplay. Because those 2 scans should not have happened. I was not even pressuring her in chase. Work. Oh, that was actually a sick-ass fucking double tap. Which I can only feel so happy about, given the fact that it came from the fact that they don't understand Skull Merchant counterplay. That was actually a perfectly executed double tap, but it should have never happened. Like every single double tap ever. Oh, I hate it here. Are you unironically clicking at me, A3? Yeah, so I think if I had chased Elodie from the beginning, very high chance that I lose this game with, like, or that I win this game. Why? Okay. Okay, so what do we count that as? There's no doubt Elodie didn't understand. Victoria didn't understand at the beginning, but he kind of learned in the middle. Did the bald one understand? I don't even remember her name. The cult lady. I can't think of her name. I don't know. No, she did understand. Tori, yeah. Because she stood still at the docks. I'm being so generous with understanding, because none of them are crouching under the first 2 beams, except A3. A3 is the only one that crouched under the first beam and the second beam. Everyone else only crouched under the 3rd beam, except, you know, Elodie. I think I'm going to count Victorio as not understanding, given the fact that he completely didn't understand during the first chase, and the fact that nobody other than A3 was crouching except for the 3rd beam. I feel like I'm almost being a little bit too generous, so because he didn't understand the first chase, I'm going to count him as not understanding. So we've got 8 don't understand the counterplay to 7 do understands, which is honestly significantly higher than I was expecting. I was expecting to have like 2 understands the counterplay at this point. still, the fact that the majority of people don't understand the counterplay to Skull Merchant makes me want to cry. Especially given the fact that I'm being very generous with what constitutes understanding counterplay. Because maybe I should make a third category of, like, kind of understands and genuinely understands. Situations where you're willing to take 1 or 2 beam, like you make a pallet. That's true, but there were definitely times where they were taking scans when I wasn't even near them, and they like there was no need for them to do. So I'm gonna make a third category, which is like fully understands counterplay, and in between. So there's semi understands, which is if they crouch at any point, and fully understands, which is when I actually get somebody like that A3 who crouches under the first and second beam when, you know, it makes sense. I feel like that makes a little bit more sense. So I have 1 fully understands, 6 semi-understands, and 8 don't understands. That makes my brain a little bit happier, given how it makes me feel like I don't have to keep saying how generous I'm being with giving counterplay. It makes it's a little bit better. Yeah, there are definitely times when you want to take a beam or 2, but you shouldn't be doing it for free, which is happening a lot. You know, if you're sitting at a pallet, you can get scanned once or twice without getting injured, but you could just not. Like, it's completely optional if I'm not. I mean, it's just straight up is optional, because you can vault a pallet without running at all. So if you're camping a pallet and you get scanned, that is a huge skill issue. That's very easily avoidable. Hold on, how many? Only 79. I'm at Prestige 43, and I only get like 2 Midwich offerings per Prestige level. I wish that, like, I was thinking about running them all the time after they nerf map offerings so they're not broken, but they're still going to be too rare for me to really do that with the map offerings I like, which is Midwich, and that's it. Like, that is the only map that I actively like. There are other maps that I actively hate. Swamp, fuck Swamp, I hate Swamp, burn in hell, you suck. But I think Midwich is the only map where I'm like, I love this map. Even though that has a small asterisk, which is like, sometimes survivors hide really well, and that can be annoying. But like, for the most part, I really like Midwich. Dead Dog, it's killer sided, but I don't like it because anytime somebody walks up to main building, you have to abandon chase or you're throwing, and I hate that. That aggravates me so much, to the point where I don't care. I don't even care that it's killer sided. Similarly, I think the game is killer sided, but it just feels terrible to play on. So again, like, meh, who cares? It's so weird. Killer-sided maps all seem to have some kind of an asterisk on them. Greenville. There's a lot of rocks in Greenville. This seems like a good place to put a drone. I spawned in the middle, which is a bit awkward. Oh, crows. There's a bunch of people over here. Gonna have to be right here. There we go. I meant to... See, like, right there, there's no reason for him to get scanned right there. There is a good reason. There, not so much. Like, why... He shouldn't have gotten scanned there. So, Dwight, you don't understand Skull Merchant counterplay. There's one. I guess what I should really be doing is just try and chase every single survivor once to get a full outlook on counterplay. Knowledge. I don't know where the Sable went. I don't think she went back to that gen. Let's do it here, so it kind of covers this loop as well. That gens at nothing. Quirky idea. Put it beneath the... No, that's not actually... That's a bad place to put that, actually. Hello. I need to wait until she gets into an area where I can actually... There we go. Well... Come on. Cool down. Come back faster, please. One scan, which was completely unnecessary. 2 scans, which were completely unnecessary. I'm pretty sure that should have been a 3rd scan. Okay, so you also don't understand how to play against Skull Merchant. There you go. Alright, now we have the 2 Sables left. Kate and Dwight both do not understand how to play against Skull Merchant. Another scan on Dwight. He's camping the pallet. Kind of need to push him. Wow, this is such a long wall. Okay. Oh, this is not on the outside of the thing anymore. Okay, 2 scans. I need to pull up a drone for a double tap, I guess. 3 scans. Dwight, I mean... Come on, man. What? Wait, what? Drones don't put you into deep wound anymore? When the fuck did that happen? Wait, what? Wait, actually, hold on, no. That's not a thing. I literally... What? Drones are supposed to put you in a deep wound, right? Why did I get dead-hearted there? No, he dead-hearted. I ate dead-hard right there. Which isn't supposed to happen if they're deep wounded. What the fuck just happened? Okay, Sable. Your turn to show me your knowledge. Do you understand how Skull Merchant works? Give me like 40 seconds to catch up to you and actually put down a drone. Well, there's 1 scan. Take that one away, I guess. Because I did... Yeah, I claw trapped him, but I ate dead hard. That makes no sense. There's 2 scans. Completely unnecessary scan right there. Here's the 3rd scan. She would have gotten scanned by that. Yep, that's 3 people who don't know how to play in Skull Merchant. He was healthy when he got claw trapped. That's not... But if... It doesn't matter. If you're healthy when you get claw trapped, you're still supposed to be put into deep wound, I thought. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, right? It's not like I have to... Do I have to scan him a 4th time to put him in deep wound? Because that's... I don't think that's how it worked the last time I remember. Okay, I need T. There's 1 more Sable. I'm not sure which of these 2 are going to be my Sable. Okay, they're going for the unhook. Maybe? Yeah. Which of you? Who are you? Okay, Sable. I need more drones. Oh my god. I mean, just, like, look at that. Okay, 1 scan. Completely unnecessary scan. Maybe. I was quite certain that you just always got deep wounded, but maybe I'm just misremembering because it's been so long. Well, I need to take away that drone, I guess. Here. Just, that shouldn't have been a scan. Okay, you don't understand counterplay. That's 4 people. Nobody in this lobby understands how to play against Skull Merchant. Well, I guess I'll know for next time I chase Dwight. All of these people made my scans as fast as humanly possible, and it still is... And I have Deadlock, which is auto slowdown, and it's still down to 1 gen with only 1 person dead on hook, I think. It's just wrong. Okay, she's walking in. Walking into this... Now she's walking away from the scan zone. Walking into this one. Nope. Oh, I lost her somehow. How? Just how? How does that keep happening? Come on, people. It genuinely is not that difficult to understand Scully counterplay. Well, I suppose there were too many matches where people kind of sort of understood the counterplay. There had to be a full match where literally nobody did. At some point. And it's still... Oh boy. Where did that unhook occur? I don't see any scratch marks. Hmm. I mean, they kind of gone that far. They healed relatively quickly. Let's put another one right here, because why not? Okay, there's a person that I can chase. Hello, Dwight. I put it a little bit too far. He'll drop this. Yeah. And put this down here. Try and path him away. Really, that's only 2 scans? Doing cool things with Skull Merchant just doesn't feel cool because it's entirely up to survivors not knowing how to play. Okay, 4 people who did not understand. So that brings us up to 12. Okay, let me read her power description. You think it says anything? Lock on meter fills and scan with a drone. When failing disable, and the meter is full, survivor receives a claw trap, becomes injured, and suffers from broken status. Additional... Huh, it doesn't mention anything about becoming deep wound in her ability. That's annoying. Becomes injured, suffers from broken, and then after that they get an 8% hindered status. Location of the killer only move when the battery dies. So her power does not state that, so let's look on the wiki, I guess. Actually, I think I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'll come back and look at the wiki. So I'll be right back. Okay. Skull Merchant, friggin' power 7.3.0. Da-da-da-da. No longer increases movement speed, undetectable. Actually, I guess it would be 6.6.2 when the original 2-beam rework is where it would tell Deep Wound. Or I guess I could just look at the power. There's so many different places I could look at it. Claw Trap. Claw Trap, broadcast our position, battery life of 45 seconds. Yada yada yada. Wait, what? Lock on. Exposed. What? Oh, this is Old Skull Merchant, apparently. Whoops, wrong power. I'm looking at the wrong power. Da-da-da-da. None of this is the actual important stuff. Claw trapped. Continuous broadcast. Filling fills. Oh my god, where is it? Healthy survivors. Okay, yeah, injured survivors suffer from deep wound if scanned in extra time. Oh no, injured. Yeah, okay. It's locked on, suffers from falling effects. Healthy become damaged. Okay. So you have to do a 4th stack to make a deep wound. I don't know why I thought that it was just off of the claw trap. I suppose that's what I get for not playing Skull Merchant in like friggin' 3 months. I think I played her like 3 times. Actually, I basically haven't played her since the rework. I played her like a handful of times after the rework, cried my eyes out, and was like, I'm done. This is too depressing. I can't take it anymore. I played her like 3 times since then. Because it's just like, ugh. How? How can I? Because my favorite thing about her was the trapping combined with having actual competent anti-loop. And they removed trapping entirely. That's not a thing. In order to get scanned by her outside of Chase, you genuinely have to have your eyes closed because they got rid of the stealth mode. So it's just... they basically removed about 60 to 70% of her power that I loved the most, and then the other 30% that I liked, they nerfed way into the ground. And they've still been nerfing her since then. They've continued nerfing her by removing drone spots in the same way that they like added invisible walls to places so like demo can't shred off of places. They've been doing essentially the same thing by adding invisible walls that prevent drones from being put in certain places. It's just so mean. It's so mean. Uh, you can definitely tell by my add-on usage how much I favored frickin' Geo readout. That was 20 compared to I had like 60 of this at the start of today. I'm a little bit confused about why I have so many unpublished manuscripts, given the fact that her Eerie add-ons I'm pretty sure have always been shit, so I've never gotten either of them really. I just happen to have gotten lucky or unlucky, depending on how you look at it, and having these always spawn on the auto buy route. Because pretty much the only things that I've used were like Geo Readout, which has always been the good add-on Skull Merchant. Since literally her very first iteration, this has been the add-on. And I want to say it was either Strobes or Movement Prediction, which put hinder on the original Skull Merchant's drop down on the original Skull Merchant's drone. And then after the 2-beam, you go down to the brown add-on, and which makes scanline immunity last for a shorter time, and still Geo readout because Geo only has like a couple of good add-ons, and by a couple I mean like at any given time there's about 2, except for her OG Skull Merchant where you had the evil 3-genning add-ons. But, you know, aside that, ignoring those, Skull Merchant 3-genning impossible. That's Presidents is okay. This is a okay-ish spot. Lethal! Oh, I love you, Lethal. Is that all 4 people? There's 1 person over there. Ignore them. This is a little bit awkward. Run into me? You want the 4 lane, don't you? No? I need you to go onto a... What the fuck? What? Do you think she's instantly giving up? There's no way, right? There's no way. What could you possibly be so scared of Skull Merchant that you go into a locker? Fucking Giga Chad, don't get scanned, give them a down from healthy. I just... Hello... Vittorio. Alright, 1 scan. I don't think he needed to be scanned there, but meh. He's gonna path towards... I kind of need to push him all the way... he's avoiding the drone. Kind of. Not really. Oh my god, why did they make it so fast faults are immune to scans? It's so fucking stupid. It's so stupid. Okay, Meg, I'm counting that against you. I can't not count you. Okay, 2 scans. That's a broken drone. Great. So Vittorio kind of understands how Skull Merchant works. There's the Claw Trap. I don't know why I thought that would be a medium vault. Because he definitely could have avoided more scans than he did. I don't have high hopes for Megan, given that she got scanned outside of Chase, which I just should never happen. Feng is slow vaulting for some reason. Think she leaves the tile? Nope. Well, oh, this is Meg. Meg. Okay, so I guess you could get put in the middle category, because you got scanned outside of Chase, but then you understand to just not engage with her power in the slightest. That was some interesting auto-aim. I don't know, maybe she had her eyes closed, and that's how she got scanned out of sight of Chase. Oh, let's not talk about that. You didn't see anything. Like this. Definitely an unnecessary scan right there. Yep. Okay, Feng does not understand how to play around Skull Merchant. Which I suppose makes sense, given that she went into a locker immediately. I don't know, very strange behavior from this Feng. Meg and Vittorio both have asterisks around their ability to play. This is Felix. Oh, actually, I think Felix understands how to play against Skull Merchant. He's in fact pressing the control button. I'm trying to, yep, and leaving the tile. It's looking pretty good. That was a completely fair play scan. You know, it happened right inside of a building where he didn't really have time to react to it. He's giving the entire birth of this circle. Oh my god. Now I have to fucking walk up to Felix over like 30, 40 seconds. Here-ish. I think that's a good idea. Okay, that's a second scan. Okay, never mind, Felix. You've lost all credibility. You shouldn't have gotten scanned there. I'm genuinely having an extremely difficult time getting the thing to go around properly. I keep locking onto the wrong one. I had really high expectations, and then he, like, screwed it up so badly that I feel like I have to put him into doesn't understand counterplay. He crouched early on, but then he didn't crouch for the third beam, which is the most important one. Oh, was Haunted Ground up? Is that why he didn't crouch for the... That might be why, actually. I was paying zero attention to that, so that's actually a very genuine possibility. Okay, maybe Felix does understand counterplay. But he was exposed, so there's no reason for him to waste time by crouching. One scan. Yep. Well, Meg understands counterplay. Yep, she's completely invulnerable here. Okay, Megan understands. I think we established that in the first chase, so I'm going to leave her. Vittorio has a scan on him? Oh, Megan got scanned outside of chase, I guess. Gonna have to do it like here. I did a full 180 and completely lost Vittorio for a second there. How did... Oh my god, how did that not scan him? He was literally running. Why the fuck do fast vaults are so generous against Skull Merchant? It's so stupid. Why would anybody make that decision? There's like... I feel like there's no other character in the entire frickin' world who is just immune to a power while fast vaulting. Okay. Yeah, I want one more chase with you proper. I'm not gonna get another chase with you, am I? Yeah, I feel like I didn't quite get enough information. Okay, so Megan, I think fully understood. Oh, was I calling Fung Meg? I might have been calling Fung Meg. Oops, my bad. I'm gonna count 1 fully understand, 2 semi don't understands, and 1 doesn't understand. Oh, yeah, well, the one at the gate was the Mirrored Illusion, the Ace perk. It wasn't a real Fung. I'm gonna count one don't understand because there was enough, like, weirdness happening with the way that Vittoria was playing and the way that Felix was playing. Like, it was almost difficult to tell if they properly understood her. So I feel one fully understand for the Meg, two fully understand, or two semi understands for the Fung, and like each of the Vittorio and Felix each get a half point, and then one don't understand because Vittorio and Felix both get a half point. I mean, one at the gate. Two Fungmans like inside of the gate? Were they the same? I'm confused. Was it the same? Like, were they in the same clothing, or because there was a Mirrored Illusion Fung at the gate, which was in like the rainbow, and then there was, the rainbow puffy sweater. One was holding the switch. Yeah, that was a Mirrored Illusion. That's the Astries. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Bio. Mirrored Illusion. A perk activates after completing. Press the ability to spawn a static illusion, and the static illusion is the survivor. It also happened earlier when I swung at a Mirrored Illusion at a gen. I mean, I swung at a Fung that was definitely like a cheater, and they disappeared. Ooh. So that's 2 people who fully understand how to play against Skull Merchant, 8 people who don't, or 8 people who semi-understand how to play against Skull Merchant, and 13 that just don't. So 10 total understand-ish, plus when you add the 2 together, and 13 that don't. So a little over half of survivors don't know how to crouch in 2025. In current year against Skull Merchant. No. Okay. Myers. I mean, the counterplay against Myers is like rock teching him. Going back to like how can you tell if somebody understands counterplay or not? Counterplay against Myers, rock teching him when he's in tier 1, going into a locker when he tiers up, but even that one has an asterisk. I would say there's not much to show whether you know counterplay or not, because it's just, he's so basic. It's like, it's kind of difficult to say that you're doing something wrong, because what is right? It's an M1 killer for all intents and purposes. Hag, if nobody's undoing your traps, then they probably don't understand how to play against Hag. Doctor, I mean, fuck, how do you play against Doctor? You don't drop pallets, I guess? I don't know. I would say it's very difficult to understand if someone doesn't understand how to play against Doctor, given how kind of strange his power interacts with. Cannibal, again, that's just like, give him pallets. I would say probably he almost plays a bit like an M1 killer that just gets a little bit faster. Huntress, I guess if they just don't dodge, then they don't know how to play against Huntress, which I don't think ever happens. When I talk when I talk to people that don't understand, I just like imagine playing Skull Merchant is like if you played Huntress, but none of the survivors dodged. Or sorry, 60% of survivors just didn't dodge. They only ever held straight lines. That's what playing Skull Merchant feels like. They just run in straight lines, and you're a Huntress who just throws a hatchet straight forward. Except that like you still somehow lose because like that, like what the like fuck. Like that's really all I can say is fuck. It's so bad. Freddy, I guess if someone runs into a dream palette that you're activating, that would show that they don't understand counterplay. But even then, it's a little bit like, that's pretty specific. When it comes to his normal M1 gameplay and his snare gameplay, it's kind of difficult to tell if somebody can understand counterplay. Pig, I guess I mean, Pig is also difficult to understand the counterplay, or difficult to understand if somebody else doesn't understand the counterplay. It's so many words. Because it's like holding a Jin is sometimes a good idea, and sometimes it's not a good idea. So I would say it's difficult to know yes or no if they do understand the counterplay. Clown, it's pretty much just like drop a pallet and hold that pallet and just like vault back and forth. I feel like Clown is probably another example of like, it's very obvious when people don't know the counterplay, but then there's a weird middle ground where people who fully understand the counterplay and people who only kind of understand the counterplay are apparent. I like this weapon. I'm a much bigger fan of the very thick, chunky two blades as opposed to like a bunch of thin blades or only two thin blades. The tiny little stabs you doesn't feel as satisfying as a big slice into you, you know? Okay. What? I mean, the main thing I would say I'm not doing because of the way I'm playing is I'm just not using her stealth at all. But in order to use her stealth properly is you use it to get a free M1, which then you're not using your drone. God. She has two parts of her kit that very directly goes against each other, because the stealth is about getting an M1, and the drones are kind of there for you to not get an M1. Ooh, cool. Trail of Torment is not exactly all that great. Like here, I want to say is a good spot for a drone. Arguably. It scans through the window, and then it scans them if they go in. It's too far away. That's somebody with object. Okay, there's two people here. What do we got? A Felix. Runs away. It's a Bill, actually. He looks like Felix for some reason to me. That's a free scan he gave me for no reason. Hi, Lori. Kind of focused on trying to get this Bill scanned. Another scan on Bill. These scans shouldn't be happening. Okay, like... Actually, let's do this. Okay, well... Bill does not understand counterplay, that much is obvious. Leon, do you understand your Skull Merchant counterplay? This is your monthly match against a Skull Merchant. Do you understand how to press the control button? Yay or nay? Well, not looking good. See, I could M1 him right here. Hence why he should have crouched earlier. That's the thing, it's like, if you're going to get M1s anyway, then you gotta crouch. And there's a second person who does not understand Skull Merchant counterplay. I probably should have zoned him away from Shaq instead of into it, but winning is not as exactly my priority right now, so it's like it's so at the opposite end of my mind. Run into me like a fool? Kind of. See, because after you get the frickin' thing, you're completely reliant on being an M1 killer with a very, very difficult to get. 3 fucking gens have popped already? What the hell? Okay. With... that's Bill, right? I don't even fucking... I've already proved that you don't know how to do counterplay. I'm just gonna M1 him so he takes more time, and maybe I have the ability to chase the other 2 people. Where's the person who unhooked you? Okay. That's a free scan. There was no reason to give me that scan. Oh, I'm out of drones. My bad. Well, there's Claudette showing that she does not understand counterplay. Give me the pallet. I have coup, so... So it's 3 people that don't understand counterplay. All that's left is Lori. It's gonna be another... what? Quadfecta? Of people who don't know how to play against Skull Merchant? Honestly, all of these drones are in pretty good spots. I don't even want to take any of them back. Hopefully that's not Lori, because it would be a waste of time. Okay, that... Where is anybody? Please be Lori, please be Lori, please be Lori. That's Leon. God damn it, where's Lori? That's Claudette. And that's Bill. God, really? Everybody except the one I actually give a damn about. It's terrible. I think I screwed that up. Oh, it takes forever. Shouldn't that have scanned him? Well. Okay, is this Lori? Please be Lori, please be Lori. God damn it, why is it never Lori? I meant to pick up this one, not that one. Genuinely, where the fuck is Lori? Oh wow, he's... Oh, Leon, you really, really don't understand counterplay. How is that not a scan? Lori? Oh, there is Lori. Okay, I'm gonna need to pick up this one. Why the fuck are all 3 of you in here? Well, it looks like Lori may, in fact, understand the counterplay. Or she's just crouching for funsies. Well, I'm gonna say she does, in fact, understand it. Really? I wasn't blocking that? Wow, I am very surprised that she didn't get scanned. Wow. God, this is just sad. Now she's literally just holding W and it makes it impractical to get a scan. I mean, like, look at this. This isn't, there's so many, there's literally an infinite number of pain points on Skull Merchant. They never end. One day. Come on. I just need the last little bit of confirmation. There's so many walls in here. It makes it there's genuinely too much fucking Skull Merchant counterplay. There's walls. You can break line of sight. You can crouch. You can turn off drones. You can just run away from drones. It just never ends. Well, she didn't crouch there, so actually, all of a sudden, I no longer think that she actually understands Skull Merchant counterplay. Do I count that as not understanding? Because she didn't crouch on, like, the most important part, which is the third beam, but she did crouch, kind of, sort of, for the first two. So it's like, goddamn. Oh, that's not inside of the shack? My bad. One... okay. He has overcome, which saved him. Wow, that's a shame. I think I'm gonna say that's for people who don't understand Skull Merchant counterplay, because, like, come on. It's so simple to crouch under the third beam. Like, Lori was really close. She crouched under the first two. And she didn't crouch under the one that matters most. So that's... well, that makes... That makes 17 people who don't understand how to play Skull Merchant compared to 8 that kind of understand and 2 that actually genuinely understand. It is not okay. Because how do you fix that? If I feel like there's no way to fix what are we at? If that's a total of what, that's 27 survivors who I've chased, so 17 divided by 27 equals, if 63% of survivors don't know Skull Merchant counterplay after 2 years. And this is like any amount of Skull Merchant counterplay. I'm being, like, very charitable. After 2 years, 63% of survivors don't understand Skull Merchant counterplay. How do you fix that? Like, reworking her isn't going to make people understand how to play her. Or play against her, rather. If anything, it's going to make it so even yet fewer people understand, because now there's going to be, you know, that 48 or so % that knew before aren't going to know now. So many fingernails. I feel like there kind of is just no solution for that. I wonder if that's why Behavior Key has been making a lot of samey killers, is just that they know that if they make a killer where people don't understand the counterplay to it, then it becomes extremely problematic. So if you just make it so that there's only 2 or 3 kinds of counterplay that you need to learn in the first place, then nobody will be mad that they don't understand, that they think a killer is too strong. And they just slowly phase all of the other killers out of existence. You know, nobody understands Twins counterplay, but it doesn't matter. Nobody plays Twins. Nobody understands Hag count. Well, few people understand Hag counterplay, but it doesn't matter. Nobody plays Hag. Nobody freaking... Most people don't understand Skull Merchant counterplay, but it doesn't matter. Nobody plays Skull Merchant. I just... I wish I could look at the killers while in this queue. Just, I get that I can't swap them, but it would be nice just to be able to look at all of them. Because there's three main types of killer at the moment. There's between 9 and 10 dash killers. I mean, there's 10 dash killers because Dracula's the one that's kind of I'm half counting, but since an entire power of his. So there's 10 dash killers. There's about 10-ish killers who fire a projectile in like a straight line. And there's, I want to say, like 8 or so killers who are just like increase their speed. You know, clown, spirit, that kind of thing. And then you have, from there, you have like 3 trap killers. Well, more like 2 at this point. And then like only 5 or so killers that I feel like are fundamentally unique in their counterplay. So it's something that definitely I hope isn't purposeful, because if it is, it's just going to make, you know, the next since none of those three none of those 3 killers really appeal to me all that much, it's gonna make it really difficult to ever be hyped about new killers that come if they are purposefully trying to make them all have very similar powers. Hello, person. Trap here. Just break it. Scan. Shouldn't have gotten that scan there. It was a very free crouch. I need to get rid of this drone. It's too close, guys. How was that not? Okay, I don't think this Meg understands counterplay. Because again, no reason to ever get scanned right there. Oh. Oh, Haunted Grounds. Well, that's my bad. Whenever Haunted Grounds goes off, it kind of makes it difficult to see if they're standing still because they understand they don't want to get scanned, or standing still just because it doesn't matter anymore. I'm gonna put one there because it does the drop down and that hill gen. Him going... The second level is also... You know... I can't definitive... Did you shoulder the burden? Sorry, hold on. Professional shoulder the burden hater, I need to go and punish this Steve for his crimes. God damn it, it was a Gerald, you fucker. I can't believe Gerald stole the frickin' Steve insta-down. And now Steve gets it. Oh, I hate shoulder the burden. Such a fucking stupid perk. Okay, whatever. I guess we just play in Steve normally. How the fuck is he already not insta-downable? I thought it was 60 seconds. Is it only like 20 or 30? Alright, well... Whatever. Leaving the Steve because... Fucking need other people to see if they actually understand how this game works. Megan, I've already chased and established she does not understand. Geralt is not around here. I'll kick this for oppression, I guess. Why not? Huh? You know, Adam, I saw you crouching, but you also... No. I'm sorry, no. I get that technically speaking you were crouching, but like, come on. That's twice now where you've gotten scanned 3 times without me basically doing anything to enable it. I'm sorry. You're getting counted in the no. You don't understand how to play against Skull Merchant. So Meg and Adam both don't know. Where is this person? Oh, it's injured Steve. It's kind of meaningless when they're injured. He was crouching despite... I don't know. Crouching despite having no scans and being injured. Certainly, interesting. I have to refresh my drones. Is that... I think that was Geralt right here, getting scanned for no reason. I think I can scan through there. Which is very... Really? Oh, I feel that's very disappointing. Ugh. All he's trying to do is body block, and yet he's somehow curving outside of literally all of my drone positions. This is awful. I have to go into friggin... Okay, I have to assume he doesn't understand how she works. I have to assume he just thinks that they're big danger areas off of that chase. Who have I not chased yet? I don't think I've had a proper chase with Steve yet. Go heal, Meg. Why are we doing this? This game is so far from over. Steven, where are you? Please be Steven. That's Adam. I've already established Adam doesn't seem to understand the counterplay. There's Steven, he's over there. Adam should have been taking hit for Geralt there, but he wasn't, so that's an interesting occurrence. I fucked up the beam, I fucked it up. He crouched, which is a pretty good sign. He wasn't crouching there. I think Steve may understand the counterplay. Just potentially. Either that or it's accidental because fucking Skull Merchant is just generally terrible. No, Steve understands the counterplay. Alright. Good job, Steve. He genuinely does. So that's one person. Since he was crouching against the first beams, I will give him full marks. You completely understand the counterplay, Steve. Good job. I suppose it makes sense on the person who brings Sword of the Burden to actually fully understand how the game is played. What are you doing, Megan? This hook is right here. He's never getting off. All you did was give me free damage states. Where is... Oh, Geralt went for distance. I don't care about chasing... I don't care about chasing the injured people. I want Geralt. Trying to give you extra opportunities to learn how to play against Skull Merchant. Oh, there's one scan that shouldn't have happened. 2 scans that shouldn't have happened. And also he's just pathing to a huge dead zone for no reason. Really? Come on, game. Why you gotta treat me like this? Okay, you do it like this. Yep. Well, so it's 3 people that don't understand, 1 that fully understands. We'll give Steve full marks here. But Megan and Adam have not shown me the ability to play against Skull Merchant. Scratch marks. Is a person here? Did they run from here? I think they ran. Yep. Just skirting the drones. All the way to the hook. And then he unhooks directly in front of me. Go away, Gerald. I'm not interested in you. Drone here. Ah. That one. Come on. Oh, just a bad place. I'll be honest, I kind of lost him there. Oh, Adam. Look at you. Oh, huge lag spike. Oh my god, whoa. That... I literally teleported. Oh my god, what the fuck is happening? The amount of lag I'm experiencing is fucking insane. Literally teleporting around right now. Okay. Oh my god, fucking... What the fuck is happening? Why is there so much fucking lag? What? Everybody has normal ping. What is going on? Oh my god, this is unplayably bad. I think I don't get it. Why is this happening? I'm literally teleporting around. Doesn't look like stream is lagging. I think I'm gonna give Adam and Adam was crouching, but then he got hit. It's so weird. It's like he knows the counterplay, but doesn't understand how to actually use it. It's a very weird... Oh, that's hilarious. His prompts got overwritten by the drone, so he couldn't freaking vault the pallet. I almost want to put Adam in semi-understands, but he has failed so many times to actually execute the counterplay that I don't think he deserves it. Well, he's healed, so if I find him for a chase, I'll maybe get to try one more time to test him. But that's a pretty big if. Okay, this one's so finished, I'm actually going to kick it, unironically. Because if he runs around the map and ends up seeing that one... Oh, well, it doesn't matter. There's, like, no way I defend these switches, right? It just doesn't happen. Oh, here we go. No, he's not playing. Damn, that's a shame I didn't get to have a final chase. Yeah, I think I count Adam as not understanding it. So 3 people that don't understand, and 1 that fully understands. I think I'm gonna end it here. I think I've proven my point very thoroughly. And honestly, I think that's all the pain and suffering I can take. So yeah. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.